Maka Dimweh is one of my favorite tracks on the album. It kind of takes me back to the original Spasm Band sound, where all we had was a djembe, a saxophone, and a bass, and yeah. So the sound it's got that kind of spiritualist, primal funk groove to it, which is great. Lyrically, it is about a friend of mine called Rudy, who was originally from Guyana. Um, and in the 70s, Rudy was part of the Guyanese army that had to go up into the territory to clean up corpses after the Jim Jones massacre. So, yeah, some of the stories that Rudy told me about that kind of stuck with me and ended up in the song. And also, I think that Maka Dimweh, as a character, uh, belongs to this whole sort of pantheon of bad men, bad Johns. In Trinidad, we call them bad Johns. Bigger Thomas, Nat Turner. And then later on, even in my work, people like Neckbone, who was a character that I sung about on the Caribbean Roots album, and then Bo Nuggy and Joe Sam, a couple characters from the African origins of UFOs, who were also these bad men, men who had to step up, black men, bad black men who had to step up. Stagger Lee is another example, guys who had to kind of step up and sometimes use violence, to get over, you know. Um, yeah, for some reason I'm attracted to dudes like that, who have to assert their blackness in some way, So yeah, Maka Dimweh falls into that kind of category, and yeah, Rudy is a real true character. And after the Guyanese episode, he ended up in London for a while, which is where I met him, and then he went on to the U.S. He went on to New York, to Brooklyn, and that is where I go to in the last section of the song, which talks about him doing 5 years in Uncle Sam's jail and stuff like that. Yeah, he's had a colorful life, let's say. So, yeah, that is Maka Dimweh.